Hi friends, good morning. Today we are going to discuss another session of linear algebra, that is vector space. Okay, so let us go to the definition first. A vector space over a field F is a set V equipped with two binary operations satisfying the following axioms. Okay, so before coming to the axioms, so this two binary operation, let us define it first. Okay, so binary operation means a set to, it is a set V. So V means these elements of V are called vectors. So we have a set V, and in this set it is a number of vectors. All available vectors are the members of this vector space, vector set. Okay, that is A, B, C, or any vectors X, Y, Z, okay, etc. Okay, and elements of F are scalars. Okay, so there is some scalar also. So F is a numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, etc. 1 by 2, 1 by 4, etc. All numbers. Okay, that is a scalars. Okay, so F is a set of scalars. Okay, so to define a vector space, we must need vectors and two sets. That is, one is V, that is the elements are vectors, and here other one is a vector, that is set to F, that is the members are constants, that is numbers 1, 2, 3, that may be fractional, rational, or irrational. Okay, now the first operation, so we have defined two binary operations here. Okay, what are the binary operations? Two operations. First one is vector addition. Okay, first one is vector addition. Okay, if you take any two vectors, that is V and W, okay, the output should be a third vector V plus W. Okay, so if you add any of these members, okay, suppose if you add A plus B, so you will get another vector C, that is a member of this. That is the thing. Okay, that is the member of this. Okay, and also the second operation, scalar multiplication. So if you multiply a constant, that is a member of F. F is a set of constants. Okay, scalars. Okay, that we have already defined. So if you multiply any scalar A with a vector V, you will get a new vector AV. Okay, that will be also a member of this vector set. Okay, so these are the two binary operations. Okay, and the now it has to satisfy the following axioms. Now let us discuss what are these axioms. Okay, the axioms that addition and scalar multiplication must satisfy are the following. Okay, so let us go to this axiom. That axiom, that also it has to satisfy to make these vectors a vector space. Okay, so how we can define these axioms? Okay, see, suppose you are considering a transformation from V to W. Okay, V to W. Okay, now it is compatible with addition and scalar multiplication means, see, it must satisfy if the V, suppose you consider two vectors in this vector space that I am considering. So in this vector field, in this vector set, we have two elements, that is U and V. Okay, U and V are two vectors, that's why it's already vectors. Okay, so this U and V satisfy the condition T of U plus V is equal to TU plus TV. Okay, T of U plus T of V, that is the first condition. And the second condition is, we have a field. Okay, so a number of constants, that is a one numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, and if A is a number, that A also here. Okay, so etc. Okay, so if you multiply this constant a with this vector v, okay, or this vector u, okay, that is a into vector, and this transformation of this a to a into v, that gives, you can take this a out and the transformation of v. Okay, so the constant that can be taken out during this transformation. Okay, so these are the two conditions. Okay, so one more thing, see, that is very important. Suppose you are doing a transformation like that we have seen in my previous lecture. Okay, see here, x is a coordinate and y is a coordinate. Okay, now this coordinate is rotating, suppose, so rotating like this, so we have new coordinate system x dash and y dash. Okay, now here the origin is not changing. Okay, this also the condition of transformation. Okay, linear transformation, the origin that cannot be changed. Okay, it can't change during the rotation. Okay, so it does not change the origin. Okay, every linear transformation maps the origin to itself. The origin should be the same after the rotation. Okay, so suppose you consider the translation. Suppose you have a frame of reference here, that is x, y and z here. Suppose this another frame which is moving x dash, y dash and z dash from this frame. Okay, suppose initially these two frames are coincide each other, and after some time, by taking a time t, this coordinate will reach here. Okay, now if you transfer this coordinate system to this coordinate system, okay, if you write a transformation equation for the new coordinate system in terms of coordinate system, in special theory of relativity we have seen x is equal to, right, x dash is equal to x minus vt, right, and y dash is equal to y, okay, here gamma, and z dash is equal to z, and we have defined t also. Okay, t dash is equal to t into 1 minus vx by c square, and we have derived some equations. So here we must need a fourth coordinate. Okay, okay, so here we can represent this x and x dash and y dash in terms of x and y only, but here we must need a time coordinate. Okay, that's why it's not a linear transformation. Okay, so that is the condition. That means this origin should be fixed after the rotation also. Okay, or after the transformation. Okay, more precisely we can say after the transformation the origin should be a fixed thing. Okay, that is one thing. And the next is, every straight line remains straight line after the linear transformation. That also very important. Suppose you have a straight line here, suppose it is our xy coordinate, and you have a straight line here. Now this coordinate is going to rotate like this. Let me use another color. Okay, so this is our new coordinate system after rotation x dash y dash, and this straight line I can represent like this. Okay, okay, so a straight line should be a straight line after the rotation. Okay, after the rotation or after the transformation, that also another condition. Okay, so that has to remember, and then we can do some problem based on this. Okay, check whether the following transformation are linear or not. See, we can check the two axioms whether it is satisfying or not. We have studied t of x1 x2 is equal to, the first question is t of transformation of x1 x2 is equal to x1 square plus x2 square. So I can write t of x plus y. So I am defining a coordinates. Okay, so I am considering, so as per the condition sum of these vectors, if x and y are two vectors, sum of x and y, where x is a vector, y is another vector with the coordinate x1 x2 and y1 y2, that is we got it is as per the transformation rule, we need to get like this: t of x1 x2 plus t of, here we have, yes, t of x1 x2, x is the components of x1 x2 and y is the component of y1 y2. So t of x1 x2 and y1 y2. So mathematically we can write this as t of x1 plus y1 and x2 plus y2. How we will add these coordinates? Okay, so x1 plus y1 and here x2 plus y2, and if you do this operation, so if it is x1 x2, you will get x1 square plus x2 square. So here x1 plus y1, so x1 plus this is y1, x1 plus y1 the whole square plus x2 plus y2 the whole square, right? So when you expand this, you have x1 square plus y1 square plus, and here x2 square y2 square, but these two terms we got additionally here. Okay, if this term only, that is x1 square plus y1 square plus x2 square plus y2 square only, then this relation that must be satisfied here. Okay, so that means t of x plus t of y is equal to t of x1 x2 plus t of y1 y2, that is equal to this. Okay, but here the two additional terms we got, that's why this transformation is invalid in linear transformation. Okay, so here we completed the first question, and let us go to another question. Okay, see, t is equal to c square to c square. This means two-dimensional complex space. Okay, complex space is representing like this. Okay, so here, yes, here complex numbers is given. T transformation of z1 z2, that is equal to z1 plus z2 z1 minus 2 z2. Okay, now if you consider two variables, okay, t of z1 z2 plus u1 plus u1 u2. Okay, so z1 is the z1 I am treating as a two variables, that is z1 z2, and z2 I am treating as a two variables u1 u2. Then as per the rule, you can add the coordinate like this: z1 plus u1 z2 plus u2. Then what is this z1 plus z2? If it is here z1 z2, that is z1 plus z2, that means here z1 plus u1 plus z2 plus u2, and the second term is plus, that is z1, that is here u1 we are going to select, then u1 minus 2z2. Okay, u1 minus 2z2 minus 2u2. Okay, that means we want to write z1 minus 2z2. What is z1? z1 is z1 plus u1. So you can write u1 plus z1 minus 2z2. z2 means, that is in terms of z2, we can write here minus z2 plus u2, that is minus 2z2 minus 2u2. Okay, now z1 plus z2 you can write like this. Okay, and z1 minus 2z2, right? I can write this. Okay, the coordinate you can add this first, z1 plus z2 first, and the second coordinate is z1 minus 2z2, that is a coordinate, plus another coordinate is u1 plus u2, u1 plus u2 here, u1 plus u2 here, and u1 minus 2u2 here. Okay, this is what. So when you are looking to this, this is t of z1 plus z2, this is t of u1 u2. Okay, so t of z1 z2 plus u1 u2 gives t of z1 z2 plus t of u1 u2. And similarly, if you multiply a constant c, that is c of z1 z2, that is t of c z1 c z2, so you can write this as here replace with c z1, here c z2, right, and here c z1 minus 2c z2. then you can take C out. Again Z1 plus Z2, Z1 minus 2Z2. That is, what is this? This is T of Z1 Z2. So you can take C out. Okay, so this is linear transformation. Okay, now another example is f of x1 x2 is x1 plus x2. Okay, f of y1 y2, this is y1, it is a typing error. That is f of y1 y2 is equal to y1 plus y2. Okay, now is it a linear transformation or not? Okay, x of x is equal to x1 x2, y is equal to y1 y2. Then what is f of xy? F of xy is the sum of this, that is x1 x2 plus y1 y2. Then what is x plus y? X1 plus y1, x2 plus y2. Okay, coordinates are added. Okay, that is f of x plus y is equal to x1 plus y1 plus x2 plus y2. That is x1 plus x2 plus y1 plus y2. That is equal to f of x plus f of y. Okay, similarly cx is equal to cx1 cx2. That is f of cx is equal to cx1 plus cx2, that is c into x1 plus x2, that is cf of x. So this transformation also linear. Now let us do another example. F of x is equal to x plus a. Okay, so f of x is equal to x plus a. So I can write f of y is equal to y plus a. Then what is f of x plus y? You can replace this x with s plus y, that is x plus y plus a. Okay, now f of x plus f of y, if you add, that is f of x plus f of y is x plus a, right? X plus a plus y plus a, that is x plus y plus here 2a. Okay, so here if it is comes as 2a, then there is a contradiction. So this will not come as f of x plus f of y plus a. Okay, so it is not come as f of x plus f of y. Okay, so this transformation is not linear. Okay, so this all about the transformation in linear transformation in vector space. And in the next class we will discuss about transformation matrix. Okay, thank you.